गरम चाय, पकोड़े या गर्मा गर्म भुट्टा. But are these good for us? Doctor, what foods do you always tell clients to avoid during this weather?
But during the monsoon time, when your metabolism is compromised, this food is going to take much more longer time to digest than the normal times.
So how do we actually take care of our digestive system?
Keeping food which are, this is the three important things.
Welcome to another episode of What the Health. Here we actually decode health stuff which we keep wondering but we don't ask out loud. So today we'll be talking about the bacterial paradise of the season, monsoon. Yes, you all guessed it right. जैसे ही हम वर्ड सुनते हैं बारिश या मानसून, सबसे पहले दिमाग में आता है गरम चाय, पकोड़े या गर्मा गर्म भुट्टा, right? But are these good for us? Do they have any health issues if we continuously have it every time? Do you feel that हम हमारे बच्चों का ध्यान कैसे रखें during monsoon because बहुत सारा infections होता है? How do women actually take care of themselves? So ये सारे questions हमारे दिमाग में आते हैं during monsoon because बहुत बीमारियाँ रहती है during this season. So let's all figure it out. Today we have with us Dr. Rishita. Welcome, Dr. Rishita. Just to introduce Dr. Rishita is one of the known voice in the field of women and child nutrition. She's a gut expert, she's a professor, and also the founder of Health and Food Villa. Welcome, doctor.
Thank you, Dr. Apurva.
So let's dive into it, right? So, Dr. Rishita, just to begin with, what's the number of one nutrition mistake which we all face during the monsoon season?
I think whenever monsoon time comes or any season comes, we all forget that we have to change our food depending upon the season. There is always there is a change in the food growth pattern also. When the farmers grow their food, that time also there is a lot of changes that they do depending on the season. Similarly, we also have to change our food, the intake of food that we are doing as per the season changes. During monsoon time, we all have maximum cases of gut issues, right? We all face food poisoning, diarrhea, something or the other. Why is that? Because our metabolism is completely compromised during this season. And that's where we need to understand that we are supposed to avoid food which are very heavy in digestion and something that is going to cause some issues with our digestion related to the hygiene part, related to the street food part. So this is something which is very important that we are all supposed to take care about.
Absolutely. I mean, we see maximum number of such cases of infection, bacterial infection during these seasons. So
yes, and nowadays gut health related issues have become so common that every single day we have some other person coming with that issue and we have to give them a gut health program.
Correct. Doctor, what foods do you always tell clients to avoid during this weather?
I think we all are very well aware that during this period of time, we are supposed to avoid a lot of green leafy vegetables. Even there are some cultural trends that have been followed, religious trends, where they completely avoid green leafy vegetables. The reason being that, there's the most common place of dirt and all the germs to harbor in cabbage, spinach, and all those things. So try to reduce them or try to cook them well, wash them well, and then include in your food. Another is your seafood, which is, most common place of contamination is there during the monsoon times. And avoid any kind of raw juices or the, cut fruits that are kept on the street sides and street food specifically during this time. Also, too much of dairy during this time can impact your digestive system and compromise your gut health. So try to reduce them, try to avoid them completely during this period of time.
Okay, and another thing, I mean, generally during rainy season, we see people, tending to, have lots of fried food. They crave for it. So how good or bad it is?
So I would say fried food, we all know, it's like, if you definitely go for the street side fried food, then it's completely harmful because the same oil is used again and again. So it's very much high in trans fats and all. But during the monsoon time, when your metabolism is compromised, this food is going to take much more longer time to digest than the normal times. And that's why you should reduce it, avoid it, though it's been, popularly known that you should have kanda bhaji and vada pav during this time. So I would say just have it as a treat once in a while, as an indulgence once in like 15 days or something, and have it during your evening snack time very early, so that your body gets time to digest it, sufficient time to digest it, and then you can follow it by something, a very warm soup or something very light, so that your digestive system gets time to balance the entire process.
So मतलब अगर समझो एक वड़ा पाव या समोसा खाया है तो have it between say 4 to 5
Yes,
in
yes,
the
yeah,
evening
before 6
and then
o'clock or
have a very
something.
light dinner.
Yes, and prefer a bowl of warm soup for your dinner. Then that's the perfect thing to have a great, what you can say, combination, so that your body gets that time to digest the food well. Even you can prefer something like saute veggies, because the vegetables are going to give sufficient fibers, and that is also going to boost the metabolism.
So मतलब खा सकते कभी कभार खा
Yes,
सकते and
definitely.
compensate with something else
Definitely.
which is much healthier then.
Yes.
Okay. Doctor, to go ahead with, there are many seasonal ingredients which are actually good source for immunity building. So
Yes.
anything that you can guide us with?
Whenever it comes to immunity, we have a wonderful Ayurveda, Indian Ayurveda that we have, Dadima's Nuske that we have, and we should definitely just focus on that every single time, I think. And that is your ginger, okay, turmeric, your black pepper, your amla. All this food is so much of an importance to boost your immunity. Just have little bit of warm milk with little bit of turmeric and black pepper added to it. It is going to help with your immunity. You can have ginger and tulsi, and along with that little bit of mint ka shot made it. Even you can add turmeric to that. That is also going to be anti-inflammatory, antibacterial. So it's going to boost your immunity, and also it's going to help with your digestion. So it's like, ek tir do nishan type thing. And when immunity and your digestion both are taken care, you're going to stay far, far away from any kind of ailments during this season.
Absolutely. And amla, as you rightly mentioned, is a very high, good source of vitamin C, I guess,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
So that's again immunity boosting. So rather than popping those pills of vitamin C, I think we have a superfood which is super rich in vitamin C. Like one amla a day can give you 1,000 microgram, which is a complete proper RDA requirement of our body. Then why not prefer onto natural stuff?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, doctor, I mean, you are a working lady, I'm a working lady. So it becomes difficult for the working mothers to manage our kids, daily food routine.
Yes.
So any small tip that you can give for the kids, I mean, what they can have, easily, which can be given it to them, and for moms also, it is easy to manage.
I think for moms or for children are, see, they also have, feel lazy, and I think they also feel a bit sluggish during this monsoon season. They want to sleep more. The sign gives that, that their digestive system is also going to be on a bit slower side. So definitely giving them food which is warm, which is freshly prepared, is ideal. But we always face issue as to manage your work life and your regular routines, and that's why I think having this idlis, dosas, appams, something of that sort is very good, because they're fermented food. They're easy to prepare, quicker to prepare, and they are going to help with their gut microbiome as well, and it is going to be easier for them to digest. Apart from that, giving anything which is warm is always preferable to them.
Okay, so
Yes.
I mean, yeah, that's a good suggestion, that have fermented foods easy to make as well, and
Yes.
generally all kids relish those. So,
Yes, they all love South Indian foods, right? I think. Yes, you can just make it more and more nutritious. I think by adding, I've always been saying this, that you add some kind of nut powders, sesame seeds, basic til dal do, thoda purees dal do. It gives the vibrant color to those dosas and idlis also, and as it is giving that fiber and that vegetables also to the kids. So it's going to balance out their meals. So nutrition part is also taken care, and your easy life also goes ahead.
True, absolutely true. So, doctor, another thing I wanted to ask is, how can women prevent their gut issues during, or bloating issues, which is very commonly seen nowadays?
Yes.
And as I would say that if the woman is healthy in the family, she can take care of the entire family because she
Yes.
decides क्या खाना बनना है क्या नहीं बनना है, so it will benefit the entire family.
Oh, yes. So I think I've done multiple talks on this where I've said that, nourish your body before nurturing the family, right? So if the woman's body is nourished well, then the entire family is going to be nurtured well. And for that, the woman's first and foremost is don't skip your meals. I would say never skip your meals. Make sure that you eat a proper meal, a balanced meal, and make sure that you are hydrated well also. Because in the घर का काम या फिर ऑफिस का काम, what you do is avoid things that are necessary for you. So do not do that. Make sure that you include some physical activities. कुछ नहीं तो थोड़ा just walking, stairs climbing, okay, just moving around and stretching yourself a bit so that your body stays active into that part, and eating a good protein rich meal, having nuts as a part of your snacking as well, so that your body gets all the necessary nutrition that a woman needs at that time. So I would say that's very important for a woman to take care of herself first before providing to the family.
Absolutely. I mean, this is something we should make a note of it that अगर हम हमारा ध्यान नहीं रखेंगे तो हम बाकियों का कैसे रख
Yes,
पाएंगे.
yes. First is do not skip meals, because lot of women, as the age goes ahead, hormonal changes are becoming very common. Lot of processed food and everything that's coming up, and what happens at the end of the day is women faces lot of gut health issues. Bloating is becoming very common. Acidic issues are becoming common, and that all at the end of the day affects your hormonal cycle, affects your period cycle, and then the cycle goes on. So I would say, women's out there, make sure that you eat a great balanced meal and do not skip your meals.
Also, I mean, I would say that if we plan our day properly, a week properly, कि भाई Monday को क्या बनाना है, Tuesday को क्या बनाना है, तो if the planning is done properly, I don't think so there'll be an issue, because because if we don't plan, we tend to catch hold of things which is easily available around, and then वहाँ से junk शुरू हो जाता है.
Yes.
And if we do it again, हमको देख के बच्चे भी वही
बच्चे
करने
भी करते हैं. Correct. 100% true. Modeling is there that we have to take care of ourselves and eat well, so that the kids follow that thing, or else they will also just go ahead and grab some packaged food. So definitely pre-planning, pre-preparations are also something which are very great. Okay, you can store some things, you can just pre-prepare, not the cooked meals. Never store a cooked meal, especially during the monsoon times also. Never store a cooked meal, because the climate is so humid that the germs and bacteria will easily grow in those kind of foods. But something which is raw preparation, that you can do it, keep it, so that your life becomes easy for the entire week.
Absolutely.
Yes, and
That's
we can
a great
definitely
tip.
also prepare this amazing laddus and everything that we have, like not running behind the store-bought protein bars, but prepare some like chikkis, your laddus. They are amazing food that you can keep it at home. Just take it as a snack part, give it to your children as a snack part, and that's going to give you amazing nutrition as well.
Absolutely correct. That's a very good tip.
Yeah.
Doctor, what if someone is already having a thyroid issue or a diabetes issue, which is very common, or digestive issues nowadays? IBD, IBS is very common. So does monsoon make anything? I mean, does this worsen the issues during monsoon?
Yes, definitely. It's a wonderful question, I would say. When it comes to thyroid cases specifically, which is so common nowadays, that time your metabolism is compromised. Okay, your body takes longer time to digest the food completely. So that time in monsoon, if those people have lot of heavy meals, a bigger portion of meals, then their gut is further compromised. So definitely they should, and they feel more fatigue. There is a lot of water retention that happens in the body, and फिर at the end क्या दिखता है कि weight gain हो गया. So there are my current clients who come to me and say ki, ma'am, I don't know why suddenly this weight gain has happened. And then that time I have to say that, just give me your diary, let me see what you have had, how much portion sizes you have had, and then we get the end roll out there. So I think, thyroid, yes, definitely they should control on their portion sizes during this time. they should be more active, physical activity, so that the water retention goes away and your metabolism also stays more active when you are physically active. And comes to diabetic part, people who have very disturbed sugar levels, we all know that the wound healing takes more time, any kind of infection resolving takes more time, and monsoon is a time when lot of infections are easy to catch, right? If they get a cut also, if they are, unhygienic places where they are going to, then UTI, basic UTI, which is very common nowadays, and that will also take more time for them to get cured. So for them also, I would say managing your sugar levels is very much of an importance, and that is why in monsoon take more care of yourself, specifically on the hygiene part for all the diabetics out there.
So, doctor, I mean, you mentioned that some kind of physical activity is also equally important, but monsoon ऐसा सीजन है कि सब बोलते हैं कि अरे वॉक कैसे जाए या हाउ डू वी गो फॉर
Yes,
जॉग्स
yes.
और बारिश है and we have n number of excuses during
Yes,
monsoon. So,
yes.
any small tips that you would like to share?
I would
कि-
say we all love dancing, right? We have this access to amazing Amazon Fire TV out there and everything. We have so many YouTube applications out there. Just put it on, switch it on, and aerobic classes laga do. I think, even for kids, because they can also not go out to play. So keeping them engaged also gets sometimes tough. So just get your family around on the dance floor, do some aerobic exercises, do some Zumba workouts, which is all available on your, one touch screen. So I think those are best things to do it when you are at home. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a wonderful tip that you've shared.
Yes.
Because generally ये basic excuse सबका रहता है कि बारिश है तो हम
सब आके
gym
वही
नहीं
बोलते
जा
हैं, yes,
सकते
yes,
हैं।
yes, नहीं जा सकते।
Doctor, anything for digestion? I mean, see, as you just mentioned that the gut is affected during the monsoon. Infections are very much on higher scale.
Yes.
We prone to get infections very easily.
Yes.
So how do we actually take care of our digestive system?
So as I already mentioned, giving or keeping food which are light, warm, well cooked. Okay, this is the three important thing. Now, people who are non-vegetarians, I would say it is very much important that you control the portion sizes of your, meats or chickens or anything, because they are going to take more time to digest. Also, having it during your lunch time so that there is an entire further day, more hours for it to digest. That is going to be, the digestive system will get that much time. And also including basic घर के spices like ginger, cumin, उसको add करो, asafoetida, हिंग बोलते हैं, हिंग powder, उसको add करो, so that your food becomes, it will help the digestive process, it will help your gut, okay, so that bloating reduce हो जाएगा, bloating reduce होगा तो आप ज़्यादा fresh feel करोगे. Whenever, bloating is on a higher side, your headache, your moods, everything gets disturbed. So this spices which is available in your kitchen are very much helpful into that. Also, after both your main meals, make sure to have fennel. अपना सौंफ क्यों सर्व किया जाता है इतने सालों से, तो वो वही है, वो bloating reduce करने के लिए सबसे best, I would say best herb that is available is your fennel seeds.
I would just say कि fennel seeds actually बहुत helpful है, but अभी sugary fennel seeds and all flavoring आता है,
yes,
तो
yes.
I think just to have a basic fennel seeds ताकि
Yes, the
digestion
natural
help हो
raw
and it
form.
should not add on to the sugars that we are
Correct.
actually consuming.
Correct.
So,
Not
I
the
think-
flavored ones, but the natural raw ones, roasted nicely and just have it. Yes.
हाँ, because सबका आजकल अल्टरनेटिव निकलता है, so people tend to अरे फेनिल बोला है
हाँ.
तो हम वो शुगर, because which is very common, वो
Yes.
sugar coated वाला, and मुखवास में काफी अलग अलग टाइप के फ्लेवरिंग
Correct,
आते हैं
correct,
आजकल,
correct.
but stick to the basics so that
Yes,
उसका
traditions.
फायदा हो, traditions, absolutely. Doctor, according to you, what is the basic risk factor for kids that we generally see during rainy season? How do we understand that and we keep our kids safe from all these things?
So basic first and foremost, I would say if hygiene is taken care, it's half the battle won, right? So make sure that your kids follow a basic hygiene rule. Washing their hands before any kind of meals, or often regularly washing hands, so that the harboring of the infections reduces, because the most common things that kids also face is diarrhea, food poisoning during this time, cough and cold commonly. So all this starts from this hygiene part at the first place. And also when it comes to taking care of their immunity part or boosting their immunity, I would say giving them a good Chyawanprash Okay, we have sugar-free Chyawanprash also now available in the market. So you can give them 1 spoon of Chyawanprash daily. You can also do this Suvarna Prash. That is, a lot of camps are being run for kids, and they are free of charge camps. This Suvarna Prash, it actually boosts their immunity. It's good for their brains as well, and you should do that, which is being done on Guru Pushyamrit Day, which comes almost every month. Once it comes, and that is best again for the immunity. And if your child accepts, then give them this ginger honey shot. That is also great. You can add a little bit of turmeric to it. So this all small things, small patterns, if we take care, their immunity is going to be great, and they can be more active throughout without falling sick.
Yeah, doctor, generally, I know since childhood, since my childhood, I have heard that milk is a very good source of calcium and it is good and this. But I would give my personal example. My kid, I had to stop milk from the age of 1 and a half year, because the moment he used to have any milk or milk products, he used to develop this cold and cough and chest congestion. So anything that you would like to mention?
Because we all know now adulteration has taken over everything, and that's the biggest reason that milk doesn't suit every kids nowadays. And also because they have been exposed to a climatic change of such a range that their digestive system is also changing. Okay, and a lot of kids, I would say, are not accepting complete all kind of milk products easily. And I would say it's not just the only source of calcium.
Calcium.
Right? You can give them a lot of nuts, you can give them ragi rotis, you can give them sesame seeds, different preparations made of all these things, which is going to give them sufficient calcium as well. So milk is not like go-to food at all the time. And lot of cases are there where milk, the sugars, the natural lactose sugar, is not easily digestible by children. एंड ऑल्सो पीपल जो बोलते हैं ना कि हम बचपन से मिल्क पीते आए हैं, सडनली वो मिल्क हमारे लिए हार्मफुल कैसे हो गया. बट एज यू एज योर डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम चेंजेस, there are enzymatic and hormonal changes in your body which doesn't allow easy breakdown of that lactic acid or lactose from that milk. And that's why you start feeling bloated after having that milk. So it's not like one to go option for your complete meal जो पहले बोला जाता था that your milk is your complete meal, but now it's not the case because of adulteration.
Absolutely. So what I had done is I had replaced milk with ragi porridge. So whatever calcium he needed, we used to get from there.
Yes.
But we had to stop milk completely or milk products. I mean, he was never a lactose intolerance kid.
Yes.
But the moment he used to have any milk or milk products, सर्दी तो होना ही है, ऐसा था. So this is how, so because this is generally a debate with every mom's group that we have.
Correct.
कि अरे नहीं दूध तो देना ही है.
Yes.
And
then nowadays there are so many I would say powders or nutri mixes that are available to add to the milk of the child and give them. So I would say ki please don't go to any of them easily. Please make sure to read the ingredient label very nicely and see if it is really needed by your child or not. Okay, because sometimes if we just put that habit to the children, they will always tend to have it in that particular form. We will not be able to understand whether it is doing good or bad to the kid. And first and foremost, the milk itself is not that very healthy that we are getting. Upar se we are putting such powders to it and we are just compromising their health furthermore. On one side, we try to understand so many things. So I'm also part of so many groups and I get so many kids who face constipation issues also after some of such powders that have been mixed with the milk, which gets too heavy for the child's digestive system to digest easily. So I would say just be more vigilant, take a guidance from an expert before giving something to your child, and see whether your child needs it or not as per their health.
So bottom line is ki read labels and
definitely.
consult an expert in the field before giving
Yes.
anything to your kids.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely correct. So doctor, what should women with बहुत सारे women issues होते हैं कि digestion नहीं हो रहा है, PCOD issues है, hormonal issues है. तो how this rainy season is actually affecting or anything particularly that we need to plan. Plus as I had asked some time back कि पकोड़े तो बनना ज़रूरी है घर पे during rainy season.
Yeah.
तो उसी को हम कुछ हेल्दी फॉर्म में कर सकते हैं ताकि एवरीबडी इज बेनिफिटेड.
So I would say, I think your question lies into that, that evening snack time पे या कहीं तो भी, where we all have a question what to have, and that's the time we all go outside. जहाँ पे अगर आप वर्क प्लेस पे हो तो क्या इजीली अवेलेबल है, समोसा पाव, वड़ा पाव, पकौड़ा, भजी, वही अवेलेबल है. एंड ये बाहर अच्छी बारिश हो रही है तो वो जाके आपको टेम्प्ट करता है. बट वी डू नॉट सी दैट अदर साइड जहाँ पे वो बॉइल्ड कॉर्न मिल रहे हैं मसाले वाले या फिर भुट्टा मिल रहा है, which are also again amazing snack options which are very nutritious, good in fiber content and is not going to harm your body. Also there are so many nice amazing recipes that you can follow, like masala chickpeas या फिर masala chana that you can carry ahead, that also can be had, which are warm. And when it comes to women's health, I would say a good protein rich meal. Okay, if you take care of a good protein content in your meal, then your hormonal balances are going to be well. They are going to be into controls if you're active, if your proteins are into correct position, and if you're taking good fats. These three things are very important. And good sleep. Yes, good sleep. That's must for all the women out there who are stressed कि कल क्या बनाऊं सुबह से. And that's what we spoke about. Pre-planning is very important.
So doctor, I'll just try and mix both questions now. As you mentioned that protein is very important. So with protein and जो season है अभी
Yes.
का, तो how can we any specific tip or any suggestion that you can, क्योंकि protein भी मिले हमको and जो रेनी सीजन के स्पेशल फूड्स होते हैं वो भी हम रिलिश कर पाए. सो एनी कॉम्बिनेशन दैट 2-3 options if you can share with us.
So that's what I mentioned as one is the black chana masala salad that we generally make. So that you can have it. Even with the chickpeas, you can make that and you can enjoy that. Another part you can do is you can have your fritters or bhajis similarly, but make it more thinner and roast it. Okay, roast it using a little bit of ghee or a little bit of oil, and make it freshly at home. Okay, अगर आप घर पे बनाते हो कम ऑयल लगता है, एक बार वो ऑयल यूज किया, do not use it again. That's the most important thing. Lot of women still practices this where they use oil for frying and then let it cool down and use it again. Do not do that. Okay, if at all you're frying something once in 15 days, okay, you're using that oil, do not use it again for cooking anything else, because the oil has started and has a lot of free radicals into it which are not necessary for your body, and it has a lot of trans fats which are going to harm your body. So keep that oil aside. And I would say that should be one of the reasons that you should not fry your food enough, so that you will save on the oil cost.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, I mean, you are saying that instead of deep frying stuff, you can have little roasted or tawa fry thing,
Yes.
so that you can enjoy, eat as well as not harm yourself.
Yes, and definitely also the tandoor or the barbecue stuffs are also great to enjoy. They are also very warm. They are also delicious, so you can include them in your
So
routine.
actually रेनी सीजन में गरम खाना इज इम्पोर्टेंट,
Yes.
फ्राइड खाना
Yes.
जरूरी नहीं है.
Yes. आप कुछ भी चीज को आप हेल्दी चीजों को भी चटपटा और टेस्टी बना ही सकते हो. It's not necessary that your kanda bhaji has to be in that particular way. Chop your kandas, onions, add it to your chanas, add some chaat masala and enjoy it. That's also
Absolutely.
amazing.
Correct. That was a very useful tip, doctor, because generally we relate कि monsoon है, बारिश है, तो कुछ fried ही चाहिए, but we have good options available.
Right.
Thank you for that. Doctor, what if someone is, actually has a weaker immune system? So how do they start, to strengthen that? How do they work on that immune system?
So I would say there are a lot of cases now. We all see autoimmune conditions have increased. People having issues like basic psoriasis or other skin related issues, or even I would say cancer, right, which is also a part of an immunity also. Okay, so it's an autoimmune condition where your body's natural cells starts reacting or killing the other healthier cells, right? So in this autoimmune conditions, your immunity boosting practices has to be there in a routine. You cannot just say कि अभी मुझे सर्दी हुआ है, चलो अभी मैं immunity boost करूँ. No, it has to be practiced from consistently into day-to-day routine. For that, as we already spoke, good amount of vitamin C intake rich food, You can include amlas, you can include guava, which is also again good in vitamin C. And when it comes to monsoon part or any of the season, in every season we have particular foods or fruits which are available, which are great for those season. In this season we get pomegranates and jamuns. Okay, we get those what you can say, water apples. Okay, they all are great for this season. Why? Because they are rich in antioxidants and your body needs them.
Antioxidants.
Yes, and your body needs them to boost your immunity. So include more of such food, include local seasonal stuffs, and your immunity will stay great throughout. Have a balanced meal where you are having at least 2 portions or 2 servings of fruits a day and sufficient amount of cooked vegetables, specifically during the monsoon time. So when there is a good amount of vegetables and fruits included, your vitamins and minerals are going to stay great, and that's how your immunity stays great.
So, doctor, just to summarize for our audience, go for warm food, not fried food. Okay.
Yes.
Second is कि जो भी seasonal fruits है, please consume that.
Yes.
Have more of vitamin C supplement वाले food stuffs like amla and
Guava.
nuts, guava that
Yes.
you've just mentioned. And just have small meals, not heavy meals, which is going to affect our digestion. And
Correct.
अगर कभी heavy खाने का मन किया तो दिन भर
जल्दी
में
खाइए।
आफ्टरनून में खाए,
जल्दी
not in the
खाइए।
evenings.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
Thank you so much for that, doctor.
Yes.
So, doctor, let's move on to our next segment, what's trending and what's actually troubling.
Okay.
There are lots of hype that we see on social media. We don't know which to follow, which not to follow. So, just some questions so that our audience actually know कि भाई ये hyped है या फिर ये actually trouble है, ये इसको नहीं करना है. हर एक चीज़ जो social
Yes.
media में is not good for
Yes,
us.
definitely.
Okay, so we've seen a lot of ginger turmeric shots being very hyped for immunity. Is it actually good? What do you feel?
As I already mentioned, ginger and turmeric both, okay, one is anti-inflammatory, one is antibacterial, so both are going to boost your immunity. So I would say it's a good one to go.
So good to go with
Good
that.
to go.
Yeah. So what's your take on raw detox juices for monsoon?
It's a complete no-no during monsoon time. As I already mentioned, no, all the raw food are to be avoided because they are going to cause more harboring of the bacteria in this humid climate. So no raw juices.
And again-
Rather prefer a warm, good soups that are good for your immunity, and it will give you a comforting feel as well.
And also, instead of juices, I would say whole fruits that you've just mentioned.
Yes, fruits
are-
definitely,
are
yes. Eating them is better.
Better.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone's drinking these methi jeera water first thing in the morning. So what do you feel? It's good?
Yes, I would say methi jeera water in morning is a good thing to have because it can help reduce your bloating, and it is great to balance your sugars early in the morning because it helps with managing the insulin sensitivity, and also it helps with the inflammation part. So you should not overdo it, but having it in a controlled portion is great. You should not have it like throughout the day, मैं यही पानी पीऊँ, ऐसा नहीं, but a small cup in the morning will help you a lot.
Actually, I've heard that early in the morning, most of them have those slight inflammation in the body, rings tight ho jate,
Yes.
little bit of putting edemize in
Right.
on the feet. So I think these waters could help in that.
Them. Yes, because they will help getting the excess water out and reduce the inflammation in the body.
Okay, great. Is it okay to eat fruits after meals in this season?
I would say never in your daily routine have fruits after your meals. Reason being, your fruits are not your desserts. Okay, your fruits have natural sugars into it, and it has natural acids into it. Okay, so when you have your fruits after your meals, then your meals are going to have a combination of fats, proteins and carbohydrates. ठीक है, तो वो जब आपका दाल और आपका राइस या रोटी जब उसका डाइजेशन होना है, तब जब ये एसिड या ये शुगर्स आते हैं, then the fermentation process happens. Okay, we all say that there are some combination of foods which you should not have together. Okay, so this is the same thing. जब आप डाइजेशन में वैसे फूड कॉम्बिनेशन में डाल देते हो तो वो फर्मेंटेशन प्रोसेस हो जाता है स्टमक में, which increases the bloating, which increases the acidity issues, and then you start having troubles in your stomach. So rather have your fruits in your breakfast as a mid-morning snack or in the evening aspect. Never post your meals, and specifically never after dinners.
Actually, this is a very important tip that you've shared because I've seen many of my friends and family members generally dinner के बाद
Yes.
कुछ fruit खा लिया या कुछ
Watermelons, mangoes, and lot of, I think there's a cultural habit in a lot of people who have bananas after their meals. Banana is a very dense fruit. It is high in its sugars. If you have it after your meals, you're just spiking your sugar. Your digestion process is going to take longer time. So I would say you should not do this at all. You should have or finish your fruit eating patterns or fruit servings before 6 p.m. in the evening, so that those acids are not interfering your digestion process.
Great. That we will. I mean, as an audience, we should remember this. कि अगर
Yes.
fruit खाना है तो 6 बजे के पहले.
Yes.
Great, great. Intermittent fasting is trending, doctor. So I've seen many of them कि अरे at one side we say कि we should not have long gaps
Yeah.
between the meals,
Yeah.
and other side we see there are lots of trends that intermittent fasting करना चाहिए 16 घंटा 18 घंटा. So doctor, what is your take on that?
So I would say again same thing, that people come to me saying that I am following intermittent fasting of 16 hours, and then on the other aspect they are saying that I'm having acidic issues. I feel bloated as soon as I wake up in the morning, and I feel low on energy throughout my day. Every body is different, every body system is different. So intermittent fasting window pattern that is to be followed, a window of fasting and a window of eating, is different for every individual. You have to understand that first, for which you have to take guidance from someone, for which you have to understand that during the eating window, is your meal balanced with nutrition or not? Because just when the eating window starts, it's not like you can eat everything and anything, and then you can say that मैं intermittent fasting कर रहा हूँ, but then in the rest of the time I can eat a pastry, I can eat some bhajiyas, I can eat everything. No, it's not like that. It's an entire routine which has to be followed correctly, so that your body gets correct nutrition and so that you do not have troubles with this bloating and acidity. So understand the things and then follow a trend.
So, as per you, intermittent fasting is good, but it should be under a guidance
Yes.
of an expert.
Yes.
Then only go ahead. खुद का कुछ देख के शुरू नहीं करना चाहिए.
Correct,
Because
correct.
I was literally confused. हम बोलते हैं कि नहीं meals में gaps नहीं होने चाहिए. We
Right.
should ताकि sugar spikes ना हो. We should have after every 2.5 hours. Month something which is healthy obviously.
Right.
But at the same time ये सब भी trend हो रहा है. So there is a
Right.
little contradiction in these
Yes,
two.
actually the intermittent fasting period goes as per the sun cycle, I would say. Okay, so after the sun sets, your eating pattern has to reduce, or you should not include some things. And when you give sufficient fasting time to your body and your digestive system is not working, so your body will get time to do the repair work as well. Okay, and when the body gets time to do repair work and do the fat breakdown, to do the detox process in the cells, then you're more energetic actually, and then you will not have this fat issues as well, and your fat loss will eventually happen. So that's the reason that people go behind the weight loss with intermittent fasting, but that's not your one-stop solution. You need to understand what works for you and then follow something.
In fact, as you just mentioned some time back regarding the tradition, पहले के ज़माने में सनसेट के पहले ही people used to finish their
Yes,
dinner.
yes.
So उसी का नाम अभी intermittent fasting है, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Doctor, one last favorite thing जो सबका है, चाय पकौड़ा in the evening, which is comforting or concerning. What do you feel?
I already mentioned about that it's concerning if you do it every day. It's comforting if you do once in, as an indulgence once in 15 days. But I would still say that make it at home, have it like, with freshly prepared ingredients, and do not reuse your oil.
So just to we have to keep a track of the frequency and the quantity. I guess
Yes.
if we ये संतुलन हम maintain कर
Yes,
पाए,
yes.
तो I guess it is
Yes, and
good.
balance it with a lighter meals later on. Yes.
Great. Thank you, doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor, now let's have some rapid fire questions. Myth and facts. Okay.
Yes.
Avoid curd during monsoon. Myth or fact?
I would say it as a myth, or it can be both for some, because curd is great probiotic. Okay, so it is going to help with good gut microbiome. But if you have it in late nights, or if you have it cold, then yes, definitely you are going to fall into a trouble. So have it homemade, room temperature one, and have it during the lunch time or something to get its maximum benefits. You can even add a bit of ginger powder to your curd so that the mucus formation that it causes sometime, it can reduce that up.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Doctor, generally we've seen that सब बोलते हैं बनाना खाने से सर्दी होता है. So is it a myth or a fact?
I would say I know my mother who doesn't eat banana because she feels that she gets cold and cough. I've told her so many times that that's a myth that you are following, because bananas, if you again have it during a particular time, then it's going to be beneficial for you. Yes, definitely it's a sticky and a slimy fruit, but if you have it, if you're already having a congestion, if you're already having cold and cough, and if you're having it, or if you're having it with like cold milk or as a milkshake, or if you're having it with cold curd as a raita or something, then it's definitely going to cause more harm. So have it normally as a snacking pattern in your evenings, in your mornings, and it's going to give a lot of calcium to you.
You don't need to drink so much of water during rains, क्योंकि generally we see कि गर्मियों में हम बहुत पानी पीते हैं, but as the little bit again Mumbai is never cold,
Yeah.
but little bit summers से थोड़ा better होता है climate
Yes,
monsoon में.
yes.
So it's generally a trend कि हाँ बारिश में हमको ज़्यादा पानी पीने की ज़रूरत नहीं है.
So yes, again that's a myth, because the climate has become humid, but your body needs a certain amount of water for the processing that it needs to do, right? So the body's need of water doesn't reduce. So make sure that you have proper hydration. And generally that I see is that you do not have to overuse the washrooms. That's the reason that people keep on cutting on the water intake and keep forgetting so many times. But yes, hydration is very much of an importance. I would say also having a boiled water, taking it to cool temperature and then having it, taking it to room temperature and then having it is very important, because waterborne diseases are also very much high during this phase. And that's the time that you should take care of having a warm water for yourself, so that your health remains at its best.
So doctor, during a day, how many liters of water would you recommend in an adult or a kid?
I would say it's like an overall fluid intake, not just plain water, but water in the form of your maybe green teas or some kind of, if you're having buttermilk daily or something, then in all that consideration, an individual should have around 3 liters of water. So as to maintain its normal body conditions. But there are some people who are very obese, and that's the time that their water intake also has to increase a bit more. So generally, a lot of times it's been said that per 20 kg of body weight, 1 liter of water. Sometimes it's possible. Sometimes if a person is too obese and reaches to like 100 kg, then 5 liters water is not something that's possible. And also depending upon an individual's disease condition. Okay, if there is a person who has a water retention issue, if he has a thyroid issue, if he has some kind of kidney issue, then there are water restrictions that are to be followed. And yes, then that time the equation changes. So again, we say there is no one rule for everybody. You have to follow as per your body says.
And for the kids, what would you recommend?
Kids are very notorious with water sometimes, and that's why they face constipation issues. And it's our role to let them know that they are supposed to have water, and if they're not having water, give them foods which are rich in water, like cucumbers or some oranges or watermelon, so that their soups during this climate, so that their water intake is taken care of. And I think for them a good amount of 1.5 liters should be good.
Okay, great. So, doctor, generally, we ignore the bloating issues initially. So, when it is too much, कि भाई अभी बहुत ज़्यादा issue हो रहा है, uneasiness हो रहा है, that's the time we pay attention to it. So, how important, because अभी trend है, inflammation words and bloating and gut. This is, I mean, every second reel that we see about health talks about bloating, inflammation, and gut. So, what is your take on it?
I think everybody has become expert into a lot of things nowadays, and everybody has started to speak about health a lot. Yes, so as you're saying, there are a lot of fad diets, like anti-inflammatory diet or a low-carb diet, and everything is coming up. And then I also mentioned about the gut health program that we run. So it's not like that you can focus on to something only when it comes to a last stage. Okay, it's like Indian mentality and people's habit that they keep on ignoring. Okay, it's just a bit of burning sensation that I'm having, it's just occasional headache that I'm having, let me just take a medicine and it will settle down. I'm having acidic issues, I'll keep on taking anti-acid medications for years, but not solve the issue that is there. That's not the correct way. So if you're having bloating also, then it's not like that it's happening temporary or occasionally, so I can avoid it. Understand why it is happening. What is the food that it is triggering? What are your habits that it is triggering this bloating cases or any acidic cases or anything around? Okay, even the cough cold situations. What is the thing that it is triggering this thing out? Understand that thing so that you can do a correct natural medication out for it, and you do not have to go to any kind of allopathy medications or any kind of pills popping all the time, and do not address your issues at the last moment. Try to work on it at an initial stage so that your seriousness of the issues can be reduced.
So, doctor, I mean, what I could infer from what you're saying right now, कि try and understand the root cause कि कहाँ से ये चीज़ें हो रही है.
Yes.
Just don't address the symptoms.
Correct.
Try and find out कि actually किस वजह से ये trigger हो रहा है.
Correct.
ताकि वो वापस ना हो.
Exactly.
So there is no point managing the symptoms at the superficial level because वो
Yes.
चीज़ वापस होने ही वाली है.
Yes.
Because we don't know the root cause of it.
Correct. So recently I just done a reel on that whenever you have cough and cold, you just go to a doctor, they'll give you some cetirizine, some antihistamines. Are they the solution? No. They're just going to stop your runny nose. Okay. What is the reason that you are having this cough and cold? So your immunity is a bit compromised right now. As soon as we have fever, our fever go. And we don't even check with thermometer that has it crossed 100 or not. We just take a Crocin or Dolo. Now it's become, everybody knows all the medications post-COVID, I think. And people just take it so easily into their routines and over the counter everything that is available. So it's actually hampering every individual's health deep down. Antibiotics have become so common to include. There are so many Western countries, they do not prescribe antibiotics until and unless it's like too much of a need. Okay, they will just deal it in a slower way with more of a natural and a low dose basic medications and let 2 or 3 days pass with the natural way for the letting the body to fight against it. That's the correct way to do it. Let your body's defense mechanism get activated, let it fight, and then understand that whether you need a particular kind of heavy dose of medication or not. So it's very important to understand things, understand the root cause of things. And sometimes, you feel that there are a lot of questions a homeopathic doctor or Ayurvedic doctor or a dietitian or nutritionist is asking before giving you a diet chart. But this is the reason. They need to understand that where exactly you are going wrong so that they can help you in a correct way.
Absolutely. I mean, without even knowing how that can interfere in your other systems. I mean, popping an antacid can, help you get away with the immediate issue of, say, burning sensation.
Yes.
But it is at other stage actually affecting the inner lining of your gut.
Yes.
I mean, that will lead to leaky gut later on. अगर हम हर
Right.
रोज
Exactly.
antacid खाते रहेंगे तो.
And for 10 days one antacid will work, then you will say कि ये नहीं work कर रही है. The
Correct.
doctor will write another one and then you will take another one. But then how long will that go for? And then you will have issues with getting your food digested in the basic way. So that's how issues keep on increasing if you ignore it. So address it at the first go and do not let it increase to the larger state.
Thank you, doctor. I mean, it was such a nice thing to talk to you, to understand the basics of it, understand the root cause analysis. Because कितने बार ऐसे होता है कि अरे हाँ बुखार है, as you rightly mentioned, एक डोलो खा लिया, बुखार चला गया. But we don't actually know कि वो बुखार क्यों आया है,
Yes.
क्या affect हो रहा है, किस वजह से हो रहा है. So all these questions, maybe because of the busy life or आजकल easily, as you mentioned, everything is easily available over the counter. So people don't want to take that efforts or put that पेन कि भाई चलो जाओ देखो क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है. But yes, you never know in long run how these medications are actually affecting us. In fact, antibiotics अगर proper dose खत्म नहीं करते हैं हम, तो we get resistant to that, and we have to have a higher grade antibiotic the next time if we read anything. So all these small things are been overlooked actually during the daily thing.
Yes.
हम बस क्या कर रहे हैं कि भाई okay आज बुखार आया है, खा लिया, काम पे भागे या whatever. We try and find out the easy way out. But the root cause analysis is what I feel is very very important to understand stuff, and then because this is the only thing that we have. I mean, we need to take care of it.
Correct, 100% true. A correct question asked to yourself first, and then get the correct answer to it. And all the answers, I would say, are available in your kitchen, are available in your routine life. And if you use your food in a correct way, then I think it can help you in a longer, healthier life.
Doctor, one last concluding statement from you, that कि what is the best thing, ये चीज किया तो और कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं, but at least ये तो करो.
I
A
would
last
say,
keynote from you.
Okay, so I would say, if you're just talking about, as our topic for today is monsoon and immunity in monsoon, make sure that you make steam inhalation your routine in every single day. Also try to include lot of immunity boosting food that we have spoken about, but not just during this season, throughout the year, so that you stay healthy and happy throughout the year, and have a great sleep and stay more happy.
Thank you, Dr. Rishita, for giving us such lovely tips and making us feel little more monsoon ready. We generally get scared कि monsoon है मतलब बहुत सारी बीमारियां होती है. So you've made that part little bit easier for us and more practical, so that we can actually adopt it in our life on the routine basis. For any more tips, you can get in touch with us or Dr. Rishita. Thank you for, if you feel this is very, very helpful for you, please do like and subscribe. Share it with your friends and families you feel who generally go out for those pakodas and chai and don't take care of their health. So do suggest them to watch this reel and give them easy options available. Until then, keep warm, keep healthy, keep looking out for and keep asking for what the health.